Hi. Hello. Hi. My name is Camille Breckenridge, and I'm going to tell you a little bit about me while we wait for people to kind of hop on. I know a lot of people will do a replay if they can't watch right now. I have been a mascara artist for 3 months, and I actually have been using the makeup for between 6 and 9 months. I can't really remember when I started, but I fell in love with it. So it was a no-brainer for me to become an artist. I just felt like I wanted to share this with everybody I could. So, but anyway, so a little bit about me. I'm going to talk to you about tonight about mature skin. I am almost 49. I'll be 49 this summer. I'm a wife and married to my childhood sweetheart, and we have 2 children. Grown children. One is 22 and a teacher, and one is 19 and in college still. So I have earned this mature skin. I have earned all of these lovely wrinkles and fine lines. So for me, aging is not, I don't look at it as a bad thing, because I feel like I've earned it. This is, just part of my life. All of these wrinkles and these fine lines and these smile lines and these little creases, they all have a story to tell, and they're all my experiences. And so I do not mind aging. So I'm going to talk to you about mascara, beauty, and mature skin. And one of the first things I'm going to do is, this is our lip conditioner, and I'm just going to put a little bit on my lips. Good. And I'm going to do a face for you and just talk to you about mature skin and some things you need to know about creams and why they are wonderful for mature skin, and how different they are from liquid foundations or powder, like mineral powder type foundations for mature skin. So I am going to just spray a little Stay Spray on my perfector sponge right here, and just kind of blot those main little areas where, get a little primer going. Okay, so one thing, probably the main thing, is that as we age, our skin has more pigmentation than it does when we are young. And it's different type pigmentations. It's not like it's just our own natural color just becomes, more intense. What happens is, due to hormonal changes from, our age, things start to look differently. We start to get a different color. You can see I have rosacea. Tonight, one cheek is more red than the other. You never know. And it changes, again, with my hormones or the temperature or my if I've had enough sleep or whatever. A lot of changes. We also get more dry as we age. If you have freckles, they can become darker, larger, also age spots. I have a few of those sunspots. I was one of those babies in the teenagers in the 80s who didn't care about sunscreen. We didn't even know what that was. That was for those real pale people, and I just didn't worry about that. Also melasma, and I have some patches of that too from childbirth. So all you mature ladies have been, what I'm talking about, okay? So one of the things that is most awesome about creams, and I'm going to start putting on my face, my whole face is going to be in this compact right here, okay? Whole face in this compact. Whole face. All right. So one of the things, I'm going to go ahead and start putting this on. When you have more mature skin, because of those fine lines, you also can get your skin in certain areas, like underneath your eyes, around the corners of your nose, can be more thin, and can be thinner, your eyelids. So a lot of what is good about the creams is that you can stipple them on, and it's buildable. So if you like a more full coverage, and you can already see how this has covered up it's blocking out that redness. And this is, a lot of our colors are, we have yellow based colors that will block a lot of redness in your skin tone. But these just don't settle in lines. They just don't. Cream is way more blendable. And if you do, like I do a lot of stippling, when it sets, it settles in your lines. It's going to settle in wrinkles and creases and fine lines. It's going to settle there, break up. It can separate and move around. This is a blendable foundation. Cream foundations are blendable. And it just moves with your skin. It becomes part of it. It melts almost just into the skin, into the texture of your skin. One thing that also a lot of people don't realize, and I'm going into my brightening color now. One thing that a lot of people don't realize as they age is that we need to change our foundation colors. Because here's the thing. We may have always been fair ivory or, medium beige or whatever. But as we age and that pigmentation changes, our color is going to change, okay? So just because you were fair ivory in a drugstore brand or a luxury brand does not mean that that is the best color for you. That's not going to always color correct. And because you're color correcting with the cream, you don't have to continue to just put on so much and make it so thick. Okay? All right. This is my brightener. You can already see it is brightening up those areas in the highlights of my face. Just the main areas of my face. This is where the light naturally hits. The light naturally hits me right here in these areas. So that's where I'm going to put this brightener, okay? Again, stippling on and smoothing out. Stippling on and smoothing out. I could also use my perfector sponge to smooth out, like underneath my eye, to make sure that none of those little fine lines look more than the others.
Hello.
All right. Okay. Another thing about liquids, I was telling you they dry down. When they set, they also can dry out the skin, and that's just going to make more texture show up. So if you're wearing the wrong color, if you're seeing texture, you're wearing the wrong color, or you're wearing something that's drying out your skin, okay? So you want to really think about that. If you see a lot of texture when you put on your makeup and you're thinking, oh my goodness, why can't I cover this up? Because then most likely it's a color issue when that can be easily corrected. And it's because of those changes, that pigmentation change in the skin, all right? Okay, so one of my favorite lip and cheek colors is this one. It is nude. So I tell you what, before I do that, let's do a little contour. That's another thing about mature skin. Okay? We can sometimes lose elasticity more than we want, and especially not in the places that we want. Okay, so if you're losing that elasticity, maybe it looks like your cheekbones have dropped, or your jowls, we call those jowls, or our neck right here, we got a turkey neck or whatever. So that's one of the things, is that by contouring, okay, and our hairline starts to recede. Oh, women and their hair, we love our hair. We don't want it receding, but going away, but it can get thinner and appear like it's receding. So we want to do away with some of our forehead. We want to create that dimension. You can draw in a little bit right here and help get rid of those jowls. We go right along that jawline. So what is perceived, and we're going to do that on the turkey neck a little bit right there. So what at first kind of looked like it had all dropped, I've now created shadows there with contour, and I'm able to make it look more lifted because I've created that dimension. All right, let's go back in with this blush. So again, I'm just stippling on, and I'm blending that contour in as I am doing my blush. That is the beauty of these cream products. They blend so well. I mean, I know I've said that 5,000 times. I say it every time I do a live or a video in my own beauty group, and but it's true. They just are so blendable and forgivable. They just make your skin look so great. Creams are dewy, fresh, younger looking, okay? I am not in any delusion that I am young anymore, okay? You know, I mean, it's all relative, right? But I don't have the skin that I used to when I was 25. Hey, it just happens. I don't have the skin I had when I was 15. But the skin I have can look and feel so much better when I wear these creams. I can have that confidence. So our lips get a little thinner. And if you already had thin lips like me, tragic. But a little trick we can do, we can make those look a little fuller too. Yeah, yay. Okay, I'm going to use the same contour color that I had. It's a cream, so what I like to do is use it to fill in my brows. Aging mature skin, my eyebrows are getting a little bit thinner than they used to be, okay? So I like to use that same cream to fill in my brows. Some people draw them. They like a specific shape, and that's great. But I just like to fill in what's already there and then just brush through. And because it's a cream, it helps keep those little eyebrow hairs in line. You know what I mean? They're not all over. They're not sticking up everywhere. Because that can happen too. That can happen too. All right. So, okay. Looks pretty good. How about I line my lips really quick with that contour, and then we will go on again. Let's talk about, I can't do this and talk. Let's talk about mature skin on our lips. Okay? What happens is we start to get those little wrinkles and lines around our lips, and our lipstick or our whatever we're using, lipstick or liquid lip or whatever, can go up into those little lines and make it look like we don't know what we're doing. Good thing about these creams, when I apply that, it is going to smooth that out and keep that from happening. If you want the magic for your skin, get some cream products. I'm telling you, that's the magic. All right, let's see. My poor little, where I wear glasses sometimes, have this little red spot right there. Now, I can spot treat that very simply. I get a little bit on my finger, and I can just dab it on like that. You can see, did away with it. All right. Okay. Let's really quick go over some eyes. One thing that mature eye, okay, I've got a mature eye also. A couple of things going on. Thinner skin It's what I call crepey, meaning it moves around a lot easier. It's not as taut as my eyelids used to be. And I have a hooded eye. It folds over. So when you look at me, you can see I lose the majority of my eyelid when I open my eyes. So I have to take that into account when I look at doing my eyeshadow. So I put just my brightener color. I'll show you that again. This is my brightening highlight. Okay, I use it as an eyeshadow base. It's going to cancel out any red or purpley veins and whatnot that I have on my eyelid. Okay, so I'm just doing a little bit, and if I get really close, you probably can see there's some little purpley red veins in there. It's just part of it. Remember, those are experiences. Those are experiences that I've lived through. Okay, so I've got that on now. I'm going to go to my eyeshadows. We have 4 creams, the majority, but every other eyeshadow is a powder eyeshadow, okay? We have mattes, shimmers, and glitters, okay? And the shimmer has different levels. So for instance, like this is like a real light, barely there shimmer. But then this one you see has more shimmer to it. So it just depending upon the color. We have lots of color. We got a huge color range. And some of my favorite colors are, you know, I wear a lot of browns. I wear a lot of plums because I have brown eyes. So I wear a lot of plums because I have brown eyes. And so, or hazel eyes actually, but they're more brown.
Betty Davis eyes.
But my husband said I have Betty Davis eyes.
No.
He's kind of partial though. But anyway, so let's look at doing some eyeshadow. One thing that I always tell my mature skin clients is don't think that you cannot wear the glitters or the shimmers. You just have to do it in a different way. We're not wearing the frosty blue, you know, from back in the day, okay? But we can wear those shimmers, those glitter eyeshadows if we do it in a little bit different way, where we want to highlight things, okay? We want to bring light and to certain areas, but we don't want to all over wash of some frosty eyeshadow, because all that's going to wind up doing is making us look older than we are. All right, so I'm going to go into this color. Ooh, well, I can't point and hold this up. I don't know what my problem is. Okay, but here we go. All right, I'm going to go to this color right here. This is Bubba. All right, and I'm going to go right here in this color. And I am going to start pretty close up to my eyebrow. All right, and put this all over my lid. Now, I'm not going to go right up to the hair on my eyebrow, but I'm going to put it almost up there and put it all over my lid, all right? That's going to create just a solid color to kind of be a base, okay? All right, I'm going to do that on this other eye over here. And I'm patting in. That's another thing. Remember, I told you we might have like more crepey skin. It's a little bit looser. It's not as taut on our eyelids. We don't want to pull and yank and tug, okay? Because that's just going to make that more noticeable, and it's not good for your eye to do that anyway, okay? All right. Now then, one reason I put it up here and kind of put it on top of my brow bone just a little bit, you see, got real close to my eyebrow, is because of that hooded eye. I want to create an illusion when you look at me that this is farther back, that it's receding instead of being hooded, okay? So you've got to keep that in mind. All right, so the next color I'm going to get is I'm going to do this color right here. I got to look and make sure I remember. Philly. It's called Philly, okay? It's this one right here. I'm going to try to point at it with my finger, not the brush. Philly. So what I'm going to do is I'm just going to dab a little bit of this on the outer corner of my eye. Outer corner, okay? And then I'm going to draw it across into my crease, but I'm going to come a little bit higher than the actual crease to my eye, okay? All right, just a little bit higher, because now I've created even more depth right there and made that recede. Okay, another trick with this hooded eye, keep your eye open as much as possible while you're putting on your eyeshadow, because you want to see what it's going, well, first of all, you want to see what it's going to look like. And if you're like me, if I didn't have my contacts in right now, I'd be half blind, couldn't see anyway. But I want to see what it looks like, because remember, I'm going to lose a little bit. I'm going to lose some of my lid because of that hood. So I want to keep my eye open so I know where I'm putting everything. I want to see how the final product is going to look. Okay. All right. Now I'm going to put a little bit, that same color Philly, just right underneath. This keeps me from having to, one reason I do this is because I don't wear bottom eyeliner. Some people like it. For me, I prefer to pull my eyeshadow down and frame my whole eye with the same kind of color, because I don't like pulling that harsh, either, you know, like a black eyeliner. I don't want to pull it harsh across the bottom of my eye. I feel like it does more harm than good sometimes. So that's just me. You do you, honey. I'm all for it. Okay. All right. So the next one I want to show you is, I want to show you this one right here. Okay. This is called Bright Eyes. Well, I say that. Let me make sure. No, Blondie. I mix those two up every time. This is Blondie, okay? And notice she's got a lot of shimmer going on, all right? Blondie is a shimmer girl. But I'm going to show you how we can wear shimmer even with mature skin. What I'm going to do is I'm only going to put it right here about the first half of this eyelid. And I'm going to keep it pretty close down here. I'm not going to come up with it. I'm going to stay on the actual lid, okay? All right. So I'm going to use a little bit smaller brush for this because I want to do a little more detail work, okay? All right. I'm going to try to get up here close where you guys can see. Notice I'm patting this on. I am not swiping, I'm not pulling, and I'm not caking. I'm patting it on. I can always continue to layer it up if I want more shimmer, more pigmentation, okay? I can just add more layers to that. That is going to keep it from looking so frosty, so out of date. That's going to keep me from looking aged. I'm using a light layers and I'm patting it on my eye, okay? Now, look at what the difference is. How I'm wearing that shimmery eyeshadow, but it has opened up my eye even though I have that hooded lid. It's opened it up where I look more awake. You look more awake, you look refreshed. You look refreshed, you look younger, okay? Just keep that in mind. All right, another thing, I'm going to show you this right here, right now. Another thing about creams, I got a little crazy daisy with that eyeshadow right there on the edge. I can easily just clean that up. Yay, okay. So, if I feel like I want to blend this a little bit more, I can take a real fluffy brush and blend that in like that. Okay? All right. Now then, let's do a little eyeliner. We have one eyeliner in our line, and it is called Black Friday. It is a matte. It is cream, okay? And here's a trick for mature skin on your eye and using this cream eyeliner, okay? I take this brush right here. It has like a stiff little edge to it, okay? I find that works better for, you would think the softer brush, little line brush like this, like I did my lips with, might work better, but I prefer this one because I'm going to show you why. what I'm going to do is, instead of just drawing a line, zoop, or starting at the inside corner and go swiping out, I'm not going to swipe on that either. Remember how I showed you I dabbed everywhere? I kind of stippled and dabbed. I'm going to kind of do the same thing with my eyeliner. What I'm going to do is I'm going to start at the outside because I want that to be the thicker, darker part. And I want it to be lighter on the inside. But I'm going to make little dashes along my eyelid. And then I'm going to go back along my lash line, not my lid, my line. And then I'm going to go back and feather that in to itself. Then I'm going to go back and smooth it out, okay? It takes just a minute. Like, you got to really... But do you see how I'm just making little dashes? Because you can even see already, and I go back the other way too with this, but you can see how my skin on my eye, I'm trying to do this one-eyed here, how it moves around. That's just part of that aging eye, okay? That's just part of that skin changing on my eyelid. But now you can see how I did, and it looks like a solid line when I made those little dashes and just kept dashing along. If I had pulled and just swiped over that, what would have happened is it would have skipped some areas. Then I would have had to go back, or I would have skipped back the other way. Then I wind up with way too much. We don't want that harsh. We want our natural beauty. That's one of the things that Mascara Beauty focuses on, is letting your natural beauty show. Makeup should just enhance what's already there, okay? So, all right. Let's do this side too. I'm trying to get up here where you guys can see me. All right. But you can see how that moves around a little bit, that skin. And I'm just making little, like, dash marks. Okay. And then I'm going to go back the other way. Dash back this way. And that's going to help connect it. Okay. And then I can pull it over if I want to smooth out the line that's there. Because then I've covered all the area. I'm not trying to just, okay, with that eye. All right. Now then, one other thing I want to talk about. Okay, we have highlighters, okay? That's what our foundation is called. That was these right here. These were called highlighters, okay? Other brands call it foundation. It's the same thing. They're highlights, okay? Not highlighters like on a notebook taking notes, but a highlight, okay? Now, these are illuminators. We have some cream ones and we have some powder ones. And these are going to just illuminate certain areas of the face. And a lot of times I have people tell me with mature skin, oh, I can't wear that. That's too showy. It's too much. If it's too much for you, that is okay, all right? But I'm here to tell you, you can, just like you can wear the shimmery eyeshadow, you just do it in a different way. It just becomes a less is more type application. That is how I look at it, okay? So, I'm going to take this fluffy brush, and I am just going to dab just a little bit. These colors are so pigmented that I don't need much, okay? So a little dab will do you. I'm going to go right to the very top of my cheekbone right here, and I'm just going to do a little bit. I'm barely even sweeping that on, okay? But do you see how it immediately brought a little more life to my face? It also puts a little more lift right on top of my cheekbone. Okay, it makes that cheekbone look higher because now the light is bouncing off that. So it's going to look higher. It's going to look like my cheekbones are higher. Remember I talked about earlier how we kind of start to sag. Well, I'm trying to give myself that facelift without a facelift, okay? So I want to bring that light up. Bring that up a little bit. Oh goodness. Okay, so pretty. Okay. I'm going to do just a touch on the end of my nose. I'm not going to go hog wild with this, okay? A little bit on the top of my Cupid's bow. All right? Woohoo! Okay. Now then, I also, remember I left this little space up here? I'm going to take this same illuminator, tiny little bit, actually got a little too much, and I'm just going to fill in that little bit of space right there. All right? Look at the difference. Look at the difference. This one doesn't have it on it. This one does. Bam. I've pulled up that eyebrow now. Remember I told you I have that hooded eye because I'm aging. It's starting to all sink down. Gravity's pulling it down. I want to give the illusion that it's up higher than it is. So I'm going to, I still got too much because this stuff is pigmented, y'all. Woo. Okay. I'm going to put it right there. That's where the light hits me now. That's going to bring all of that up and make it appear lifted. Okay, it's lifted. If I feel like, oh, I got a little too much. Remember, all these are so blendable. I just blend that in a little bit. Okay? All right. Now, I'm not going to put on mascara. You don't want to watch me put mascara on my eyelashes. Okay? But I just want to say that if you have not tried creams or you're just getting into using creams, if you're a new customer, if you want to become one, then by all means reach out to your artist that invited you here. If that's me, I see a lot of my girls on tonight, and I just thank you guys so much for your support. This has been super fun, and I have learned so much this week, and I hope that you've learned something about mature skin. You know, one of the reasons that I became an artist, I love this product. I feel like it makes me look it makes my skin look better than it is. It makes my, it just makes me feel so good. And to think that makeup, a product, something that I can buy that's affordable and easy, that I put on every day, I'm not trying to mask who I am. I feel like this truly enhances the good features that I have and helps me camouflage some of the ones that I may not be so excited about as I age. And I just want to say thank you so much for your support. This has just meant so much to me to become a mascara artist, and I just feel like God has blessed me with this opportunity. And if you're a mature skinned woman out there and you're listening, you're watching, and you're wondering, is this for me? Absolutely, it's for you, and I want to show you, I want to teach you, I want to learn with you, and I want to share with you the confidence that I feel by using this. I just feel like God's given me this opportunity through this platform, and I just want to share that blessing with all of you. Thank you so much for tuning in. I hope you're enjoying all of the special artists and tutorials and lives and fun stuff that we're doing. And thank you so much for the lovely comments. And I'm going to comment to everybody after this is over. I'll get back on and make sure that I respond if you have any questions or anything like that. But feel free to contact your artist, whoever invited you here, and let them know that you're enjoying this. Tag your artist so that you can be entered in the drawings to win our so fun, cool prizes. Awesome. I wish I could win some of the stuff too. But I just want to say have a great Friday, the rest of your Friday night. If you're turning in later, maybe you've got your feet up. I hope that you're relaxing and had a good week. Have a great weekend, and I will see you guys later. Bye.